Why angels drink whiskey to silence the truth. This is why angels drink whiskey to forget what they do. This is why angels drink whiskey. I pray they never fail. This is why angels drink whiskey to protect us from hell.
Prologue. The Earth Weeps. I once sat atop a frost-covered ridge along the Everest Highlands. From that perch, I could see the Earth's aura shimmer. It displayed a radiant pulse of purples and bruised reds pushing through cloud banks like dying embers of a once-living flame. These colors were a change from the typical sky blue. The Earth was screaming, not with voice, but with presence. Mother Earth called out to me through the rage of Mother Nature. Her rains were relentless. Hail battered the cliff face around me. Clouds twisted apart like silk being torn by unseen hands. And then, as if painting her anguish into the sky, she shaped her storm into visions. Her message was not just grief, it was indictment. I saw oceans drudged empty by nets that tore through coral reefs like razors. Fishermen took more than they needed and left what they didn't suffocating in the sun. I saw forests bled dry, stripped bare by man-made machines that carved up ancient roots older than kingdoms. The animals of the forest stood in the wreckage, wide-eyed, trembling. The origin of their horror was apparent. The breaths they drew would likely be their last. Hunters killed predator and prey animals alike, not for food, but for trophies. Their children watched, mimicking their cruelty with wooden rifles. Overcultivation of farmlands was now widespread, and when the land failed to yield, men salted the earth with chemicals and blame, only to abandon the dying soil soon after and move on to richer ground like parasites skipping hosts.
What will you do about this?
Mother Nature demanded. Her voice pounded as a thunderous roar after a lightning strike disappeared. I stood there in awe, my mind barely believing the truths my eyes revealed. I opened my mouth to respond, but I could not form the words. Love approached next. She sailed over the wind, soft and scented like rose petals scorched by flame. Peace followed, calm but heavy.
Look west,
Peace shouted, and I did. There I saw a young man with blood on his boots and a shaking hand. His brother lay before him with empty eyes and a slit throat. The woman they both loved stood behind him. Guilt covered her face like an invisible mask. She had whispered venom into his ear for weeks.
He's always looked down on you. When he's gone, we can be together.
One night, she took it a step further and seduced the younger brother. The next night, the knife was in his hand. Elsewhere, a mother beat her child for crying too loudly. A husband shared his bed with other women. Friends switched sides behind each other's backs, and entire families collapsed in the quiet war of unspoken betrayals. Love turned to me, not with anger, but sorrow.
what will you do about this?
She asked. I maintained my frozen stance. I had no answer. Justice came last, Her scales shook as she approached.
Look east.
She announced. I quickly obliged. Before my eyes, I saw a man in chains. A woman stood before a mob of masked men. She fed them lies about the accused after he rejected her.
He raped me.
The lie she spread was quickly believed. Her former lover was the man she accused. He'd begun seeing another woman. He was blinded with acid, tongue cut out, and sentenced to slavery. His name was soon erased from history. Several miles south, a man was dragged from his home and burned for a crime he didn't commit. His only misfortune, his skin the wrong color, and his name too foreign. Justice became so angry that she began to weep.
What will you do?
She echoed out between tears. Still, I had no answer. Hours passed, then days. My thoughts throbbed like a wound too deep to dress. Justice returned, her scales now heavier. On them, two human heads, a man and a woman, their eyes frozen in betrayal. She said,
Fail us, and we will no longer defend mankind. Mother Nature will bring storms. Love will summon hate. Peace will invite war, and I will no longer punish the unjust.
Her message was chilling. My desire for a rushed conclusion pulled me in one direction, while patience pulled me in another. I closed my eyes and began to meditate once more. On the third day, the answer found me. So I summoned Mother Nature, love, peace, and justice back to my perch and presented my cure for the ailing world. Patience and love must become the foundation of redemption. We will not punish the humans for their ignorance. We will destroy the evil that whispers in their ears. As Michael, the archangel of the human soul, I take responsibility for their transgressions, but I cannot fix this alone. I will form a council. Their task, liberation. They will wage war on the darkness that feeds on human weakness and destroy the temptation that rots away at the human soul. The fire has begun, but the council will be the water to suffocate it. They listened, they wept, and they agreed. So now, I turn to you, reader, mortal, witness. You've given me your attention thus far. Walk with me a while longer. I'll show you the rise and fall of the council I formed. The ones chosen, not for perfection, but for pain, duty, and sacrifice. This is their story. This is why angels drink whiskey.